So I think this video is gonna probably end up being kind of different from a lot of my other videos. Today is a very introspective day for me. It's been a very introspective week in general. I've had a little bit of a challenging week in a lot of regards, and ultimately, when it comes to my channel and it comes to my content, like it may not necessarily seem this way sometimes. My ultimate goal is wellness, is to help people find wellness, is to help people find healthiness. And I just feel like we have so many mixed and crossed messages when it comes to how we should live and what we should do, what we're supposed to do, what makes us good people or what makes us bad people. And ultimately, it's like just I work with people week in and week out, and I do my best to help them get these dilemmas sorted out. And so this video is going to be a little bit maybe more of like a I don't know personal wholeness blog, personal wellness blog, vlog. And so today I woke up and like my ego chatter was like wanting to pull me into every little irritation, every little annoyance, every little I found myself like my ego chatter, or what I call like that frantic mind, or like that over analytical mind, wanted to pull me down every single annoyance, nuisance, getting really irritated over nothing, over things that are not even worth getting upset over. And so I've just been working to navigate my way out of it today, and I really wanted to kind of sit down and kind of do like a video about like what is it that I really want people to understand just as a clinician. And just because I've had my own journey, I've had my own path of like finding my own wellness, finding my own wholeness, finding my own connection, finding my way through this challenge known as life, right? And so here's one of the things that I really want people to understand, because this is ultimately what I arrived on this morning, was you don't have to be hard on yourself. You don't have to beat yourself up verbally. You don't have to verbally abuse yourself. People do this. Everybody is their own worst enemy. And as a clinician, as a therapist, right? Like, I see people that week in and week out, and they just seem to have this perception like they are just a special kind of screwed up. They are particularly broken, particularly flawed, or particularly beyond repair compared to the rest of us. And that is just one of the lies that we buy into. That's just one of the deceptions, or the lies, or these mistruths. We buy into so many of them. And one of them, right? One of these mistruths, or these lies, these deceptions that we buy into, is that we are a particularly special type of screwed up, and we're beyond repair. It's nonsense. That's total nonsense. And I know it feels that way. My feelings aren't facts, right? But number two, the other thing that I was gonna say here is like you can learn to not beat yourself up. You can learn to not engage in that thinking. Those because I was getting bombarded this morning of just like these people are bad and this is bad, and I was almost at one point sitting back and like chewing on my popcorn and watching these thoughts come in. Where do they come from? By the way, psychologists, I have no idea where thoughts come from. There's no idea. Where do thoughts come from? Your brain? Okay, but why? Where in the brain? Why, right? We don't have answers to these things, right? But I noticed, right, all these I was just getting bombarded with thought after thought of annoyances and just irritation and anger towards certain things or certain people or whatever. And I was able to take a step back, because this is one of the fortunate benefits that I have been able to have from daily meditation, is that I have a part of my consciousness, or my psyche, where I can sit back and I can eat my popcorn and watch those thoughts just go nuts and be like, okay. Like, and I had the thought, right? Like, I realized that, like my ego chatter's going nuts. I had this thought, man, the ego's going crazy right now. And then I had the thought, it came through really strong, like, so what? So what if it says all these things? So what if it says I should be irritated or annoyed at all this stuff? Right? And the point that I'm trying to make here is that all of us have choices about how we can think, of what types of thoughts to engage in, right? I really feel like there's a real strong tie-in to sort of our general belief about like creating good in the world, or creating good in ourselves. We're lost. We have things backwards. And my advice, if you're unhappy, like forget everything you know or forget everything that you think that you know. And because like I've taken, like I try to take what I know about personal wellness and personal wholeness and just being okay. Like I wasn't okay. I wasn't always feeling okay in my own skin. And thank God I am now. I feel that way now. I'm grateful for my life now. I'm grateful to be me now. I didn't always feel that way. But as I've taken this journey and as I help others try to take this journey into some sort of wellness, some sort of wholeness or well-being, I realize that we have a lot of screwed up ideas. And so but start with this one, right? Realize like you don't have to beat yourself up. You don't have to participate in that. You don't have to listen to that. These thoughts come in that's like, you're a piece of crap, you're a piece of garbage, you're awful, everybody hates you, blah, 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 blah. You don't have to engage with those. You don't have to like plug into those. My business line is, of course, my business line is going, sorry, hang on. Let me put this on mute. But you don't have to beat yourself up. You can make a different choice. You can do something different. You can take a step back. You can watch those thoughts and be like, geez, that guy's pissed, right? Like, I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with that, but whatever. It's allowed, right? You don't have to beat yourself up. You don't have to, you don't have to do that. You can make a different choice. You have choices. You can learn to not do that. It's not only important, but it's worth it. It's valuable. And I notice that when I try to get other people to do this, like in a clinical setting, to engage into more positive self-talk or whatever. I even ran into this last night. Well, I don't want to be like those other people that are always putting other people down because they think they're so great. Here's the truth, y'all. People that appear to think that they're so great while putting others down in the process, they don't think they're great. People that actually see their own greatness don't have any use in putting other people down. In fact, the people that really do see their own personal greatness, they see themselves in other people. They also have this thing called compassion. And they realize that if they hurt other people, they will only hurt themselves. And so they have no use for it. There's no usefulness for it. And maybe there's not that many people out there that are living that way these days, which is unfortunate. But I wanted to make this video and sit down and just say, like, you know what? Like, if you struggle, right? If you are not comfortable in your own skin, if you wake up like I did this morning, you just feel like you are just getting bombarded from all directions and all sides with these negative thoughts. You have choices. You have choices, right? And one of those choices too that I made today is like, I don't have to see those thoughts as a bad thing. I don't have to. Because I really believe that when I see those thoughts as bad, like, oh, I shouldn't have those thoughts are bad, that just creates the resistance. That's plugging into them. That's engaging them. That's giving them strength and energy and power. And so maybe realize, like, where you are right now, if you're unhappy, if you're, like, not comfortable in your own skin, like, the right answers exist. The right answers for good mental health, for happiness, for fulfillment, for connection exist. They just they're not as obvious as you would think. And there's a lot of bad ideas along the right ideas. I see all the time that really negative and very, very unhealthy people, they always have a problem for every solution, for everything that works, for everything that helps you feel happy and comfortable in your own skin. They have a BS reason why you shouldn't do it. False reasons. And I've noticed this with people with borderline, right? They struggle to engage in anything that's positive because they put a negative spin on it. They somehow have got it in their heads that being well or being whole is bad. And there's that's why I call them a walking paradox, man. But I'm gonna wrap this up. Hopefully this wasn't too much of a ramble. I really want to do a wellness vlog. Honestly, I really do. Like, what it really means to be whole, what it really means to be well, and confronting these wrong ideas that we get baked into us. Like being kind to yourself or loving yourself is bad for other people. No, people that really actually care about themselves and people who are kind to themselves have no use in being unkind to others. In fact, it hurts them, and they know that because they have empathy, they have compassion. If you have empathy for someone, you can't hurt them without hurting yourself, and that's what people do when they actually care about themselves. It's not a bad thing, right? You don't have to beat yourself up. I know I'm starting to repeat myself a lot here, so thanks for watching. Hang in there, hang in there. We'll see you in the next one.